Well, as you can tell, it is pretty foggy this morning, so it's going to take a while for this to burn off. It is supposed to be sunny today, all day, so hopefully that happens and we can get back on some of this corn and see where it's at. But right now, like I said, it is super foggy, and it's already burned off a little bit this morning. It's only 9 o'clock though, so with that being said, hopefully and give it a little time here, shortly after lunch or something, we'll be in better shape. So until then, I got another project I need to work on, so stay tuned. Here we are coming up on the neighbor's 1460. Looks like he got some beans ran yesterday before the rain hit. Well, we started shelling. Had a few setbacks here to get going, but that's to be expected. I'm gonna try to hold this phone and video here at the same time. See how this goes. But yeah, we're shelling. Moisture is about 17.5, 18%. So that's great. And we are going here. Gonna see if we can get us 1,000 bushel here this evening. Okay, we're shelling corn. Moisture about 17.5, 18%, so that's about ideal right out of the field. From the acres I've ran, roughly, I don't have a yield monitor, but for the acres I've ran and what's in the cart, we're close to 200 bushel corn so far. It's pouring in the mountain auger at a pretty good clip. The reason, one, I'm going slow, I'm only going about 2.5 miles an hour, and then I've got one row over here that's out by itself, is I had a mistake when I planted this spring, and I didn't catch it till after this field, and the last crop I planted last year was beans, so I was set up on 15-inch rows. Well, guess what I did here? I planted this corn and my guess rows at 15. So that's why over here on the side, it's hard to see, but that is why I gotta keep a close eye on that, because that row, the outside row, each pass is actually taken in 2 rows. I've got the snouts on the outside spread out, so it can grab those 2 rows and pull them together. It ain't ideal, but it was a pain to side dress by 28. It messed us up when we were spraying, and now one last time it's gonna mess me up while I'm shelling the corn. So one of those things, it happens. Nothing you can do about it after the fact, obviously, but we're getting through. It just slows me down a little bit. But this corn, like I said, it's doing pretty decent. I'm pretty sure we're 190 to 200 bushel, and this right here, this is some replant. My replant corn, I think it just ran out of steam, like I was saying in another video the other day. It just ran out of steam because it was planted in this field about a month later. So had a lot of rain and it just washed it, really leached the nitrogen out of the ground by the time this corn really needed it. And the replant was only about 12 acres, 14 acres, but I probably should have came back in and put some 28 on. I put 28 on with ATS this year. Seemed to be a pretty good mix. I was running 3-gallon ATS and 20 gallons to the acre of 28, and it seemed to be, like I said, a pretty good mixture, and pretty happy with it. We'll be able to tell here once we get this corn across the scale, but for the most part, like I said, first day has been working the bugs out. Only shelled about 3 or 4 acres here, but we're getting there. Like I said, first day always a little bit slower. Got to work those kinks out, get things adjusted. But I'm really happy with the moisture. We had about 3/10 of an inch of rain yesterday, but can't even tell today. So, but that's where we're at, folks. Like I said, we're shelling corn. This is my 1990 case, 1680. Got 1063 corn head here we're running, and I got 1020 bean head. That's what we get across our acres with in the fall. It does the job. It's older equipment. We've got about 3,600 hours on it. So we'll upgrade one day, get up to 21, 23 series, something like that. But for now, it gets the job done. So we'll be back with you here shortly. Well, after plugging up the combine, completely my fault, the bottom sieve, the adjusting bolt, it somehow came loose, and it lowered my sieve or closed it, so that in turn made it plug up with corn. So after about 2.5 hours, we finally got her unplugged. So I'm gonna dump this on the cart. Hopefully that fills it up, fill the combine, park everything in the shop, and hopefully be a day. I'm ready for lunch. But yeah, there's the 8070 hooked up to the Kilbro 1600 grain cart. I'll pull up here so we can get this guy unloaded. So hopefully this fills us up. It'll be close. Let's see what happens here. Like I said earlier, this corn's all testing out to about the 17 to 18%, so it's pretty darn dry, this 108-day corn. But I think it's yielding good for the little bit I've been able to run today, but to be expected. First day problems, as long as it don't lead into a second day, right? So yep, pretty clean sample. Been messing with the sieves a little bit more. Got my fan all the way up. Got my concaves adjusted to about 3.5, I believe it is. I got it wrote down. I think it's about the 3.5 mark on the concaves. Yeah, we're getting there. Like I said, just the first day. Just got to work all the kinks out. Wouldn't want it to go perfect every year, or heck, even one year, right? This should be, we're gonna be close. I think I'm gonna lack a little bit of filling this cart. have to add just a little bit more to it. There's some of the cobs and trash I got into. I was messing with the sieves. I've got something going wrong with my unload auger also. That's what that tape up there's for. I got a hole, and I'm gonna have to look into that also. That's why I'm unloading slow. Just don't want to push my luck with the way everything's been going today. Just ready to get this cart filled up so I can have a semi-load for my guy tomorrow morning. Hopefully he can get here in the morning and get this to the elevator. And then that, once the dew dries off, hopefully we don't have a bunch of fog. Once it dries off, then I'll be empty and ready to go. So, well, there's that. We're gonna try to shell some more corn. Well, here we are, back up and shelling again. Things seem to be running all right. Said I'm just taking it slow right now. Just had lots of issues today. Just getting things fine-tuned. Don't want to push my luck. Things are starting to get a little tough. The dude's setting in pretty quick. But couple mile an hour gets the job done. I'm in no hurry this evening. Doing a pretty good job. Solar equipment, you just gotta, hate to say it, but you kind of become one with the machine. And I hate to set back, especially for 2.5, 3 hours, but it's part of farming. It's part of it. But on the good note, I was able to give my neighbor several bushel of corn for his cattle. He came over, we fixed him right up, so didn't want to see it all go to waste. Threw what I could back in the machine, back in the head, run it through, clean it up, and gave him what was left laying on the tarp. So it happens. You live and you learn. Well, we're gonna see if we can make a lap down and back. That'll all be enough to get me filled up. Top off the cart, top off the combine, pull everything in the shed for the night. See what tomorrow brings. First day of corn harvest 2020.